Hi there, it's Vashon Borich here, and today I'm going to teach you how to trick out your site with your own custom banner or any custom artwork that you'd like to use. But I'm going to teach you how to do it without having a copy of some fancy graphic design software like Photoshop or any of the others that are out there. So I'm going to teach you how to do it with PowerPoint. So if you have a copy of PowerPoint, which is Microsoft PowerPoint, you can create your own banners. So it's the down and dirty, easy way to do it without having some expensive software. So right now you're looking at my blog. This is my Team Tough blog, and you can see I've got a nice banner at the top that I've tricked out with my own style. So all of this can be made with PowerPoint. Isn't that awesome? So let me show you first, how do you, determine what size, because this is really going to help you before we bounce over to PowerPoint. We need to find out, what is the size that I want to replace with my own artwork. So if you just hover over your artwork, and if you're on a PC, you can right click. If you're on a Mac, I think it's just Apple click. But right click, and then you will see open image in a new tab. When you open the image in a new tab, and you'll see I've got a new tab up here, it actually shows you the size of that artwork. This is important because when you go to PowerPoint, you're going to need to know what size to create it. So the size that it's asking for here is 960 by 265. So that's 960 pixels by 265 pixels. Okay, so that's important information to know. The other thing that you're going to want to do, because PowerPoint measures everything in inches, is you're going to want to kind of translate that over to inches. And I'm sure if you do a Google search, you can probably look up the inches for that, but I can just give that to you if you are one of those that has a viral blogging platform. To translate 960 by 265 into inches, that's 13.333 inches wide by 3.681 inches tall. So again, that's 13.333 by 3.681 tall. So if you want to write that down, that'll help you when you jump into PowerPoint. Okay, so now that we know the size, we're going to go on over into PowerPoint. So I've already got a copy of it open, so let me just click on that. And when you open up your PowerPoint, and I'm on a PC today with the latest version of PowerPoint, when you open it up, you want to make sure you select a blank slide. You don't want a slide that has got colors and everything else in it, unless of course you'd like to use one of the slide formats as your own banner, which you totally could do that. But I'm going to show you how to really customize it. So I opened up a blank slide, and from here I'm going to simply change the size of the slide to the inches that I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to come on over here to Design. When you click on the Design tab, you'll see that right here in the far right, and it may be different depending on what version of PowerPoint you have, but basically you want to find the area where it's usually under Design, where you can change the size of your slide. So I'm going to click on that, and you'll see it's going to ask you want standard or widescreen. We don't want any of those. We want custom slide size. So here's the custom slide size, and I'm going to simply change this to the size that I want. So I've already kind of played with this, so it's already got 13.333 inches in here, which is what I need for the width. But my height, we need to change that to 3.681. All right, so now we've got the right height, and we want to leave everything else the same, and we just need one slide. So I'm going to click OK. And it'll ask you, do you want to rescale everything that's on the page? I just leave it on Ensure Fit and click on that. Okay, so now you can see that we have our slide is the right size. I get rid of all of this, it automatically has a title that's there. I'm just going to change the layout of my slide so it's completely blank with no title or subtitle. There we go. Now it's completely blank, and I did that just by right-clicking and then clicking on layout. Or you should be able to, on a Mac, you should be able to click Apple and then click your button. Okay, so here we are. Once you've got the blank slide, now it's time to add some art onto this. Now keep in mind, just bouncing back over here, this photo, if you're on the viral blogging platform, is on top of whatever your slide is going to be. So you need to keep that in mind, because if you do something that has your head here on the slide, it's going to be covered up by, you know, your other photo. So I just, you know, try to measure that or estimate where that is so you don't get it covered up by text or something like that. Okay, so back into PowerPoint, I'm just going to put on a background here for this. So I'm going to just simply right click on my mouse. So this shows up, and I'm going to click on Format Background. All right, when I do that, I have the option to have a solid fill, a gradient, picture, texture, or pattern. So I'm going to click on picture or texture, and it automatically drops one in that they had in there randomly. I actually want to have my own picture. So I'm going to click right down here where it says Insert Picture. Click on File. And then I'm going to locate photo that I'd like to have on there. Got a lot of them in here. Looking for a good one. Okay, let's just try this one. I'm going to click Insert. Okay, so this is a nice sunset. Now it's kind of in the wrong spot as my background picture. I'd like it to be moved up. So to move it up, you actually just use these little offsets. So I'm going to move it up. So I'm going to just start, I'm just clicking and holding my mouse on this offset. Now this one, unfortunately, the boat's going to probably get covered up by my picture, but that's okay because I just really wanted that sunset. I didn't need any of the other stuff. And I can also kind of stretch it out by using these other offsets. I think that's probably fine how it is. Okay, so now I've got my background image. So now if I wanted to add some text to this or other pictures, I could do that quickly just by coming over here, and I could click on Insert Pictures. And my group is kind of the Tough team, so I'll put this Tough Certified logo in here. So now I've got this. Put that kind of down here in the lower level. Okay, so now if I want to add text, I just come over here to the Insert tab, and I'm going to just click Text Box, and I'll draw a box here. Type in whatever you want. Let's see. There we go. And then I can make this whatever size I'd like. So if you want to edit your text, you just come over here. And I like to right click a lot, so I'm going to format the text. Let's see what we got here. And you can play with this. I mean, I'm definitely not a PowerPoint expert, but I know that I want to make this text a different color, so let's see. Go for red, and we want it to be a little bit bigger, so we can get it bigger. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're going to come up here. We're going to make this like 28. I'm going to make it extra bold. And if I wanted to change the color later, I could. Maybe you want to add like a click here box or something. So I'm going to make another text box. So I'm going to insert another text box. And I'll just put click here. And if you want to make the background on it a different color, you can do that. I need to have it highlighted first. Oh, we're just having all kinds of fun here, aren't we? Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm just kind of bouncing around here to format, and you can play with this, and you may find some tricks that I don't even know about. But this, it'll give you a great chance to create your banner. So I'm going to show you here how to save it when we get all done. Let me just center that, make it bold, maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, so I mean, this is really basic, and you could add whatever text you want, and if this is too hard to read, you can move it down into the sunset, and we can move this down. Okay, so this is a really simple banner. So let's say that we're done here, we're happy with what we've created. Now all we're going to do is come up here, we're going to click on File, Save As, and I'm just going to save it to my SkyDrive. Okay, and I'm going to drop it in Power Network, and then I'm going to just call this banner 2, since I already have one in there. And the important thing is the file type. You don't want to save it as a PowerPoint presentation. You actually want to click here and go down and save this as a JPEG. And there's going to be lots of options, as you can see. You want to select the one that's JPEG, File Interchange Format. So you click on that, and then you simply click Save. And when it asks you which slides, you just need that one, so just this one. Okay, so that's all saved now. So let's say that we want to update our banner on our viral blog. I'm going to jump back over to my blog page, and I'm already logged into the blog. So when you're logged in, you can hover over where your other blog was, where your other image was, and click Edit Upload Image. And this is the one I have, but I want to change that, so I'd click Edit Upload Image. And now I've got my banner 2s right there. I'm going to click on that, click Open. Okay, so now I've got my new banner that I just created is there, and I'm going to click Save. Look at that, there it is. So a little bit of the boat's still showing, so I probably want to toggle this over some more in PowerPoint. But you can see now that you can create your own banner. You could even create your own ads if you wanted to. If you find out the size of the ad on the left, you could do that. So use PowerPoint to your advantage, and I hope you found this hack a good tip for you today. Have a wonderful day.